I have something to say, and I'm positive that everybody here wants to hear it. And everybody's sitting at home has their DVRs fired up because they want to hear it. I am CM Punk, and I am the voice of the voiceless.
I'm CM Punk. I'm CM Punk.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Dana. Back up in this thing. It's Raw after Extreme Rules. Here to talk about it, so let's get into it. Raw starts off. Raw starring Brock Lesnar. John Laurinaitis comes out and introduces Brock Lesnar, saying he's still the face of the company. And of course, the game's music, Triple H, his music hits. He comes out and says, you know, all that bullshit you was talking last week about the Jets and the extra money, and you just thinking you just gonna run WWE. Nah, partner, we ain't doing that. He put an X to that shit right off top, saying nobody is bigger than the WWE. How many times have we heard that? He says that he feels like he was more than reasonable with Brock Lesnar's contract, and that John Laurinaitis had no authority to grant Brock Lesnar's wishes from last week. I like the part where he brought up about Brock Lesnar losing to Cena. He's like, if you want to go after your loss to Cena, Brock, you can see he was pissed off after that, kind of snaring and stuff. It kind of went a little bit long, sort of. I feel like Triple H kept on going on and telling Laurinaitis to shut up and shut up and shut up. And then finally he gets pissed off enough to where he was like about to do something about it, and that's where he messed up, because he turned his back on Brock. The whole time he hadn't turned his back on Brock Lesnar. Every time he would tell John Laurinaitis to shut up, he was looking at Brock. So the last time, that's where he messed up. Brock gets him with the elbow. And that's when Kofi Kingston, Big Show, Sheamus, and R-Truth come out once Brock Lesnar gets the Kimura lock on Triple H. Later found out in the show that his arm was broken. And next week on Raw, I'm expecting some repercussions on this. See what's going to happen on that. Can't wait for that. So then we get Eve on the next segment. I like how her character is a true bitch, like I really believe it now. I didn't really believe the Zack Ryder, Kane, John Cena situation. But she comes out and she announces that we're going to have 5 beat the clock challenges tonight. And the winner, of course, has the fastest time, and they'll be facing CM Punk, WWE title at Over the Limit. With that, we got right into it. Miz versus Santino in a rematch from the Extreme Rules pre-show. This was a great start. First match of the night. Fast-paced action. It kind of went back and forth a little bit. Towards the end, Miz got the skull-crushing finale after Santino missed with the Cobra. It was a great start. You got in 4 minutes and 18 seconds. So, you know, with these beat the clock challenge matches, you know that's going to be good, or, you know, great action, because it's going to be fast paced. Layla and the Bella Twins had a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. Layla got the drop kick. The match was over after that. The Bellas was arguing, so yeah, the match ended. Later on, we found out that the Bella Twins were fired, so I guess they didn't get that whole contract extension thing, and Karma won't be getting her revenge, or maybe this is part of the storyline. Who knows? We go right into the next beat the clock challenge match, and Jericho versus the Big Show. Of course, Jericho, he came out, and then they go to commercial like right after that. Yeah, I hate it when they do that shit. But they come back, and Jericho's still just standing in the ring with his music playing. I always wonder what they're doing, like during a commercial break. Do they just sit there? I'm sure Jericho, he probably talks to the crowd and just is an asshole during the break. This was another good match. I don't even like the Big Show like that, but the match was a good match. Big Show got the upper hand starting out. Jericho has some comebacks towards the end. You see Jericho hitting Show, talking about stay down, getting pissed off. Big Show and Jericho on the outside of the ring with like a minute left, and Jericho and Big Show are fighting outside the ring. Jericho gets Big Show incapacitated enough to be able to go back in the ring, and the time runs out, and you're sitting there thinking, okay, so I guess Jericho wins. Go to commercial break. Then you come back and find out, yeah, Jericho didn't win. It was a double count out because he didn't beat the clock. So nobody won that match, but still it was a good match. Not disappointed. Brodus Clay versus JTG. So JTG says that he has something for Brodus Clay before the match, and it seemed like all he had was his ass kicked, because that's exactly what happened. It was a squash match. Brodus Clay beat him in like a minute. I mean, JTG got some offense, but mostly it was Brodus Clay. And afterwards, Brodus Clay dancing in the ring. Brodus loved the kids, you know. Kids was out there dancing with him, and the funkettes or whatever they're called. So cool for the kids. Backstage segment with Eve and John Laurinaitis. Eve makes Teddy leave the locker room, and she tells John Laurinaitis, like, look, I know you stressing right now. You going through some shit. You might get blamed for Triple H, what happened to his arm, and Brock, he's done left, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. But look, damn it, you got to be a leader. You got to go out there, and you got to announce who John Cena's next opponent is, because that's like the most important thing at the time. And from that, we get John Laurinaitis saying, oh, I know who his next opponent's going to be, and he's not going to like it. So automatically, I'm thinking Lord Tensai, since John Cena's already done got beat by him. And, you know, he just got his ass whooped by Brock Lesnar, got a strained arm. So, thinking it's Lord Tensai. Alright, Randy Orton versus Wax Swagger. Vicky Guerrero, I'm not sure she's hurting Wax Swagger and Dolph Ziggler or what, but I really just don't want to see her on TV anymore. Every time she comes out, I'm like, why? This match was a good match, though. I'm not a big fan of Orton or Wax Swagger, but it was another one of those beat the clock challenge matches. Randy Orton got the upper hand in the beginning, got a few early pins. The crowd was into it. They were chanting Orton's name, and they were into it the whole match. The ending, I like that ending. Randy Orton got the DDT through the ropes, goes for the RKO. You know, he's sitting there banging on the mat. And there's like less than a minute left. Jack Swagger reverses into the ankle lock, and then Randy Orton reverses that, pushes him into the turnbuckle, and then gets the RKO with like 8 seconds left, gets the pin, 2 seconds to spare. That was exciting, and that was a good match. Maybe the best match of the night. I don't know. All of them were good. It's kind of hard to decide what was the best match. This put Randy on the head with 4:16 as the time to beat. Tag team titles were on the line tonight on Raw. That's like incredible. Like that never ever happens. Primo and Epico went up against R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. They finally brought those two back together like that. Match had a funny start to it. R-Truth coming out and giving the 5, you know, the low 5 and whatever to Lil Jimmy in the ring, and then Primo was looking at Lil Jimmy like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Oh, that's Lil Jimmy. Oh, Lil Jimmy? Oh, come here, Lil Jimmy. And he kicks the air. Little Jimmy and R-Truth snaps and gives him the shoulder block. I thought that was a funny start off to the match. The crowd was really into it tonight too. Live from Dayton, Ohio. Truth was also playing to the crowd. Towards the end of the match, Kofi Kingston got in the match. Kofi Kingston, when he came in, he got hype. He was hype. Even Michael Cole mentioned it, talking about you think Kofi's excited. Yeah, Kofi Kingston, I mean, pretty much every time he comes in there, he's hype. But tonight, it seemed like he was like extra hype. And he came in. Rosa had distracted the ref for the end of the match. And Kofi Kingston gets the guillotine on Primo or Epico, one of them. And that's when Kofi Kingston gets the Trouble in Paradise. And we got new tag team champions. Yes. 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 I'm happy Kofi Kingston and R-Truth for the tag team champions. I really hope that they do something with this. Have them defend the titles, keep the titles for a while, have them, do something. Bring this tag team division back, damn it. In the back, Primo and Epico were arguing after they lost the titles. And that's when AW pops in and they're like, yeah, we want your services. Yeah, we need to talk to you. And of course, AW is like, if y'all would have came to me before, this wouldn't happen. So all those yes, yes, yes chants went to no, no, no. When I seen that the next match was going to be Kane versus Khali. That match was shitty. Yeah, that match, it wasn't anything spectacular. I mean, it's Kane and Khali. It ended in a double count out. I don't think anybody was really expecting either one of them to win anyways. In the last match, in the Beat the Clock Challenge, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him, versus King. Yeah, you pretty much knew Bryan Danielson was going to win. Love King, but even though he's never been WWE champion, we still wasn't expecting him to win this match. It was a good match, though, for what it was. Daniel Bryan won with the yes lock. After the match, CM Punk comes out, and, he's got his belt holding up. Daniel Bryan's looking up at the ramp, and, he's like, yes, yes, yes. Crowd's going, yes, yes, yes. So, over the limit, we get the match that we had got 3 times and got cheated out of 3 times in WWE. I'm super excited about this match. I thought the 3 matches that they had, well, I mean, they were interrupted, but still, they were good. That first match, though, that was the best. The first one where Jericho interrupted. I pretty much knew somewhere down the line that Daniel Bryan and CM Punk were gonna give us that match. They had no choice but to, as excited as fans were. And now they're both like super huge now. Like they're right at that level. I mean, they were before, but now they've got each of their feuds out of the way. The Sheamus, Chris Jericho. So yeah, I can't wait to see this match. The main event of the night, John Cena comes out. He's got his arm in a sling. He's all beat up. But he says, I'm here. And he explains the difference between being hurt and being injured. Being injured meaning that you can't go, doctor's orders, and being hurt means you're hurt, but you still gonna get your ass out there and wrestle and entertain these damn fans. This brings John Laurinaitis out, and he says that he was trying to motivate Cena by saying that Brock Lesnar was the new face of the company. And John Cena says, that's not how you motivate somebody. You motivate somebody by saying, way to go, sport. And I thought that was funny, breaking out in the John Laurinaitis voice. And he proceeds to talk about John Laurinaitis' voice sounding like he smoked 5 lifetimes of cigarettes. something like that. Yeah, the crowd was really behind John Cena during this segment, and John Laurinaitis announces or is about to announce John Cena's opponent, and then all of a sudden you hear Lord Tenside's music hit. So I was like, yes, I was right. It's Lord Tenside. Actually, I wasn't like, yes. I didn't give a fuck if it was Lord Tenside, but I was just saying, yes, I was right. Lord Tensai and Sakamoto get to the ring, and they're kind of surrounding John Cena, and Cena's kind of, looking around. John Laurinaitis announces that his opponent at Over the Limit will be him, John Laurinaitis, after a hit with a microphone, of course. So Raw ends pretty much with John Laurinaitis beating John Cena's arm, with Tensai and Sakamoto kind of helping him out. Overall, this show was good. I think it was better than last week's show. It was just interesting, little different things coming into play. The 5 Beat the Clock challenge matches were entertaining. Most of them were fast-paced, except for the Khali Kane one, which, yeah, I'm glad Daniel Bryan and CM Punk will be in the main event. Hopefully the main event. Probably not. It'll probably still be John Cena and John Laurinaitis. I'm sure now that R-Truth and Kofi Kingston are tag team champions, they'll have a match or some type of feud at least going into Over the Limit. Maybe after Over the Limit too. I think that would be nice. Get tag team wrestling back into wrestling. This was a good Raw, coming off of a pay-per-view and then going into the next pay-per-view. I feel like they're coming straight off this Extreme Rules and going right into Over the Limit. We've already got the WWE title match, and we got John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. One thing about that match though, John Laurinaitis and CM Punk, are we gonna get that? I'm just saying, I thought we was gonna get it before. Come on, WWE. I just want to see CM Punk beat John Laurinaitis. John Cena, he can do it too. I wouldn't mind seeing that either. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. Yeah, I'm out, y'all.
Yeah, I got rap, trying to talk shit, but just think about that. For the pesos, getting bankroll, I'ma lay low, chill. Didn't let that stack, people lie, numbers won't.